All right, guys. So we have discussed about a lot of things, right? That how we can come up with these important insights and how we can present these important insights in front of the stakeholders or in the front of an executive. Like the important insights, like the aggregate information that what is the revenue the company has generated throughout these years, and all of these important numbers we have already shown to the executive. Then in front of the executive, we were showing that how our revenue is varying in a month by month approach, right? So what was the revenue we were earning in this specific month, and month by month we were showing in these details. In a similar way, we were showing this information that with respect to previous month, in this specific month, in the current month, if we are into profit or if we are into loss. So for that, we were coming up with these KPI visuals, and then we were representing a kind of categorized version, right? We were breaking down these numbers with respect to the multiple categories we are having. But what if now if the executive is interested in this information, that what are the top 10 product categories or what are the top 10 products which is giving you the maximum revenue, right? Like for example, the executive, or let us go another with that example of Shark Tank, wherein the investor is interested in investing in your company, but you are coming up with so many number of products, right? Like for example, your company is selling a lot many number of products, and the investor is only interested in looking forward to those top 10 products in which you are getting the maximum revenue or which is giving you the maximum profit. So for that, how you can exactly represent those top 10 products? So again, we have shown you a filter option in which you can come up with those top 10 products, but if you want to display these details, that with respect to the product names, what are our top 10 products and how we can display the complete information, or how these numbers can be associated or related with respect to our top 10 product names. So for that, we are going to make the use of these table and matrix visuals, right? So these table visuals or these matrix visuals are going to be that specific visual that we can make the use of, that will be helping us out to represent this information, that what are our top 10 products or what are our top 10 product names with which we can assign out these numbers, so that we can get to know that how much revenue we are generating through each and every single product, how much return percentage is there, what is the total number of orders, so that it will be a bit easy for us to represent this information in front of an executive, right? So let us explore that how exactly we can make the use of this table and the matrix visual. And just for that, let me go forward with this insert option. And with respect to this insert option, you can see over here itself that we're having table and the matrix, right? So matrix we have already explored, right? We have already seen that how exactly this matrix used to work in our previous section. So let us explore first of all table, and then we'll move into our matrix itself. So let me just make it a bit broader. And with respect to the multiple columns we are having, we can represent the information with respect to the multiple product categories. Just because at the end of the day, I want to represent the information with respect to what all top product categories I'm having. And with respect to these top product categories only, I will be representing in front of the stakeholders or in the front of an executive, that what all top 10 products we are having, which is giving us the maximum amount of revenue. So at this point or in this specific video, we want to be exploring these things, that what all top 10 categories we are having, but we will be going through each and every single product category or with respect to each and every single product name. And then in the later videos, we will be looking into our top 10 product names, which we can show in front of the stakeholders, so that they'll get to know that how much revenue we are earning from each and every single product name, right? So first of all, let me go forward with this category name. So in the table, you'll get to see that we are having only one option, right? You can only add the columns over here. So you won't be able to see that option like the rows and the values that we were able to see in the case of matrix, in just like the previous videos, right? So let me enter the category name over here itself. Let me go forward with the category name. Okay, and let us see what exactly we are getting. Okay, so something we are getting as a category name into my table visual itself. And now let me add the data with respect to the product name. So I'm having the product lookup table, and that is giving us the information about the product name, right? Okay, so now it's a bit easy for us, right? So now we can show that what all product names we are having and each and every single product name belongs to a specific category, right? So in this particular representation, we can actually show that what all product names we are having, and then we can simply relate these numbers with respect to this product name so that it will be a bit easier for us to represent in front of stakeholders our top 10 products, right? So let me go forward with adding the data. So what all numbers I want to associate over here? I want to associate my revenue. That is going to be total revenue. And then I want to associate the total profit, or let us go forward with the total number of orders we are getting, right? Once I've done with total orders as well, let us go forward with the total profit we are generating out of these product names, right? So once I'm done with these numbers, you will be able to see that what is the total revenue we are generating. So a kind of summarized information as well. You can see that what is the total revenue we are generating, and this is coming out to be similar to that of this revenue, right? So similar kind of information you can see over here itself. That is 2 crore 49 lakhs $14,587 is coming out to be as total revenue, which is similar to that of $24.9 million. So appropriate value we're getting over here, but we are not exactly interested into this specific value, but we are interested into our top 10 product names, which is giving us the maximum revenue. And you can see some information like the total orders as well and total profits as well. So if I'm quite interested in this information, that what is that product category which is giving me the maximum orders, then I can simply sort it out, right? If I'm clicking onto the specific column, you will get to see the maximum number of orders, right? And the maximum number of orders is coming from our water bottles. I mean, that seems quite fine, right? Water bottle, definitely someone can order for multiple times. But do you really feel that the maximum revenue we can also get from water bottles only? That is not exactly a certain value, right? That is not something we can get. So that's why if I'm interested in looking forward to this information, or if the investor or the stakeholder or an executive is interested in this information, that which specific product name is giving us the maximum revenue, then I can simply click over here and you will get to see this information that mountain bike mountain bike with whatever the model name has been mentioned over here. So that is generating the maximum revenue, right? Definitely, it won't be having the maximum number of orders, but just because a single order will cost a lot, right? So that's why you can generate a lot of profit from these mountain bikes. And this information seems quite fine, right? So we can show this information that from our bike categories only we are generating the maximum revenue. But we are able to see multiple categories over here, right? We can see the information from accessories as well. And then there are some accessories which are coming up, which are generating better revenue as compared to the bikes as well. So a lot of information we can have over here. But one thing you can see over here that we are not able to aggregate this information. Like what if I want to associate this product name into my as a subcategory into the category name itself. So what exactly I can do in that specific scenario? That's because table doesn't actually allow us to put this product name into my category name as a subcategory, right? And just for that only, we are not exactly making the use of the table visual and we can come up with a matrix visual, right? So what you can do from your side is that simply, instead of making the use of this table, you can simply shift to your matrix. So just click over here. And after clicking over here, you'll get to see the information getting changed, wherein now you're having the rows as well, you're having the columns as well, and you're having the values as well. But so a kind of better information we can see over here, right? What is the total profit we are generating from accessories? What is the profit we are generating from this? So information we are getting, but again, a issue I can see over here itself, and that is what exactly I'm looking forward to, or what exactly the information I can have over here is being shown into these multiple columns, as the product name is being shown into multiple columns, right? And this is not something I'm quite interested in at this point, right? So what exactly I want is that I want this product name to be shown as a kind of subcategory with respect to my product name. And just for that only, what exactly I can do is that I can simply drag this product name and I can drop it into my rows itself. And now a kind of proper formatting you can see over here itself, right? So a kind of tools you will get to see. So these tools that you can see over here, so that will be helping you out to drill up or drill down So these tools are something we used to call it as the drill option, right? And then if you want to see the complete picture that what all categories you are having into bikes and what all categories is giving us what revenue. So if you want to show these details in front of the stakeholder, then you will be able to represent this information via making the use of these options, right? So if I'm just going forward with this drill down option, then I'm clicking over here, you will get to see that with respect to my bikes, what are our specific bikes, which is giving us what revenue, right? And then whatever changes I'm making, if I want to come back to the previous value itself, then I can simply drill up. And if I'm clicking over here, I'm again back to my original state. In a similar way, if you're clicking over here, then you will be able to see a complete hierarchy. And now with respect to the bikes, you are able to see this information that what all bikes we are having, what is the total number of orders we are getting with respect to this specific category name itself. But what exactly we were what exactly we were looking into initially was that what all top product names we are having, which is generating the maximum revenue for us. So I'm not exactly interested in the category name at this point, and I'm interested in the product name at this point, right? So that's why instead of keeping the category name over here, I will be simply removing it. And now you will be able to see the changes that what all top product names we are having, which is generating the revenue. So what is the revenue they are generating? What is the total orders we are getting? And again, what is the total profit we are getting out of it? So now we can simply come up with this information that what are the top 10 product categories, what is the revenue, what is the total orders, and what is the total profit we are getting. So you can bring in some changes, you can bring in some top 10 filters you can apply, so that we won't be exploring in this specific video, but you can get this idea that how this matrix visual or how this table visual used to work. So whenever you are done with these things, that is whenever you're done with coming up with these cards, when you are done with showing the monthly revenue, then month by month change you are representing, and then with respect to the category, when you're done with breaking down your numbers, then you can simply come up with showing the stakeholders that what all top 10 product categories you are having, which is giving us the maximum orders or the maximum revenue. Right. So for that itself, we can make the use of this matrix, or we can make the use of these tables. Right. So some formatting I need to bring in over here itself from my side, and just for that only, let me click over here. Right, I'm double clicking again. I will be able to bring in some changes. So I don't want this specific value. Right, that is a row grand total. So I don't want the row subtotal, so I will be simply removing it. All right, it's because I just want to show the top 10 products. Okay, and I want to bring in some changes over here itself. I want it to be shown in a more better way, right? So instead of keeping it as Sego UI, let us keep it as Sego UI bold. Okay, and let me go forward with if I'm keeping it more bold. Okay, that doesn't really seem fine. So I won't be keeping it like that. But if I'm increasing the size of it, that seems fine, right? And I want to bring in some changes. Okay, rest of the changes seems fine, right? And one more thing I would like to do over here, that is, I don't want to bring in any kind of style. As you can see over here itself, that we are having some styling over here, which is not exactly I'm interested in at this point. So I want to bring in some changes into the styling as well. So into the cell elements, okay, I don't want to bring in the changes over here itself, but let us see what all changes we can make. Okay, grid seems fine, the shadow seems fine, background. Okay, background color is also fine, right? So you can definitely try it out these things from your side, right? If you want to keep any background or not, if you want to bring in some changes into the size or styling, and what title you want to provide. Title doesn't really would play a kind of great role over here, right? But one thing I would like to do over here, and that is instead of keeping it as total, I want to keep it as revenue itself. I don't want to make it a bit broader, right? Keep it as revenue. Let me keep it as orders. Just double click over here. You will get to see this functionality, that how you can simply keep it as to just orders, and let me keep it as profit itself by just double clicking over here. Okay. So now we are having this information. You can see the complete information over here itself. You are able to see the product name, revenue, orders, and profit. Okay, I'm not exactly showing you the top 10 product names at this point, but if I want to bring in some changes in the layout or in the style, then the style I'm keeping it as default at this point. But if I want, I will be showing you that how you can come up with these multiple stylings in the later videos in this section. But at this point, let us keep the styling as minimal. Okay. So this seems quite fine. I'm able to see my product name. I'm able to see what revenue they're generating, what is the number of orders I'm getting, and what is the profit I'm getting. Okay, so this is the something I will be bringing in, or these changes you can make from your side at this point. The later changes we will be exploring in the upcoming videos. So up till now, we are absolutely done. So mostly we are done with our first dashboard, wherein the information in which the executive is quite interested in, that is this aggregate information, these numbers, then month by month breakdown, and what is the revenue we're generating in this month. And with respect to previous month, if you are getting into profit or loss, then with respect to the product categories, what is the revenue we are generating, and then what are the top 10 product names. So we have represented some kind of important information, right, in which the investor or the executive is quite interested in. So we are done with representing this important information, and we will be exploring some more important techniques with respect to these specific visuals itself. But the information in which the executive is quite interested in, all of that information we have represented up till now. So you can simply bring in these changes from your side, and let us meet in the next video with some more informative content and some more transformation into these visuals. So that would be all in this video, and let us meet in the next video. So thank you. All right, guys. So in Excel, we have seen that there is an important concept, and that is regarding the conditional formatting, right? That if there is certain condition which is being met, then on the basis of that condition being met, we can come up with some kind of visualization. So we can come up with some kind of visualization, or we can come up with some kind of color shade, or we can bring in some changes into that table. So in the case of MS Excel, we had this tabular data, and into that tabular data itself, for each and every single column, we used to put these conditions. And based on the condition being met on each and every single column, we were providing some kind of formatting to each and every single column. And that is what conditional formatting is. So with respect to our matrix visual as well, just because it resembles to that of a table itself, and yeah, definitely it is a table itself. So we can provide it a kind of bit conditional formatting, right? So that it will be more visually appealing to the stakeholders or to the executive if we are providing these conditional formatting. So this conditional formatting would gonna allow you to dynamically format the cell values in a table or a matrix, right? Just because at this point we are working with the matrix, so let us go forward with that, and you can just simply go forward with clicking onto the matrix, and just double click over here. And after double clicking, you will get to see that there is an option on cell elements. Just scroll down, you will get to see an option for the cell elements, right? And that's where you will be able to come up with the conditional formatting. So the formatting I want to apply is with respect to the orders and with respect to the profit. That is what I'm quite interested in at this point. So you can apply the formatting to revenue column, to the orders column, profit column, but just because the formatting I want to provide is with respect to the orders itself. So let me go forward with selecting this orders option, and I want to bring in the changes into the background color and the data bars. So let me keep the data bar on for the orders, right? And now you can see these bars which are getting attached with respect to each and every single order. Like one thing I can show it to you over here, that when I'm trying to format it on the basis of the number of orders, like if I'm just going backward, let us click over here, and let us sort this out on the basis of the number of orders. So you will get to see that how these bars are representing that which specific product name is giving us the maximum number of orders, right? So this is something you can get over here itself if you are coming up with this kind of formatting. So we will be bringing in some more changes into this formatting itself. Uh, so let us go forward with that again. Let me go forward with the cell elements, and I need to bring in the changes into this color. This color doesn't really seem fine, right? So we can simply go forward with this option, that is the FX option. And that will be helping us out to bring in some changes into this color. So I want the positive bar to be shown in a more grayish way, right? And that seems more fine. So there is also one option over here, and that is if you want to show the bar only, right? So the values won't be shown, but if you want to show only the bars representing the number of orders, then that is also something you can do. But just because we are not quite interested in representing these bars at this point, and we want to show the stakeholders with the values as well, that is the number of orders which each and every single product name is having. Just because we want to associate that, so we won't be going forward with this option. Let us uncheck it. And let me click OK over here. So you'll get to see proper bar, which is getting attached with respect to the orders column, right? So I'm not exactly interested in changing the color of this orders column just because this seems quite fine, right? And it matches with respect to the other visuals as well. All right. And I want to bring in one more change into the profit column itself. So let us go forward with this profit column. In the series itself, you can check for your profit column itself. And let me bring in the changes into the background color by turning it on, right? And now with respect to the background color, it's completely up to you what color you want to choose. The color, if it is more grayish kind of, or if it is more reddish kind of color, then it seems more fine, right? So let us choose this color and let us click OK. And we would be able to see a kind of proper color getting attached with respect to your profit column itself, right? That's exactly how you can bring in the changes, right? You can see that proper color is getting attached now with respect to your profit column. And one more thing you can see over here. Yeah, right. So based on what profit you are getting from each and every single product name, so just because the buy category is giving us the maximum number of products, so the maximum profit, right? So that's why a more dark kind of color you can see attached with respect to this product name. But just because when we will be going forward with our top 10 product categories, so we won't be actually looking forward to the details in terms of the profit which we are getting. But the stakeholders or the executive is quite interested in this information, that what are the top 10 product categories which are having the maximum number of orders, right? So we will be exploring these or we will be coming up with the top 10 product categories on the basis of this orders column itself. And that's exactly how the filtering will be done. So that would be all regarding the conditional formatting, and that is how, based on the conditions being met with respect to each and every single column, you can simply come up with some kind of formatting. So it's a kind of great option which seems to be similar to that of the Excel only. You might would have already seen it in the case of MX Excel itself. So in the next video, we will be exploring about the top and filtering technique, that how on the basis of number of orders, I can come up with a representation of my top 10 products in front of the executive, right? So it won't be a long video, but in the next video itself, we will be discussing about that. So that would be all regarding the conditional formatting, and let us meet in the next video with our top and filtering technique. So thank you. All right, guys. So in this specific video, we are going to discuss about the top and filtering technique. So in the previous video itself, we were discussing that now the stakeholders or the executive is quite interested in this information, that what are those top 10 product categories which is providing us the maximum number of orders, right? So either I can simply go forward with clicking onto this specific column itself. So if I am clicking on orders itself, right? And you will get to see that the values are getting sorted with respect to the orders column itself. So either you can go forward with this specific option, but definitely you won't be able to show the top 10 products, right? As if I'm scrolling down, you will get to see the rest of the products are also being shown. And this information is something in which the stakeholder or the executive is not quite interested in. So that's why I can again go forward with the filtering option, wherein directly you can click over here onto this filter itself. And now the filtering is going to be done with respect to a kind of visual filter, right? Just because the changes I want to bring in is with respect to this particular visual itself. So what exactly I can do is that I can simply go forward with applying the filter on the product name, wherein the filter will be applied on the basis of the top and product categories, wherein the top and product categories will be shown on the, so I want to show the top 10 product categories, 10 value you have to enter. And then based on what specific value you want to apply the filtering. So I'm seeking for the value as the total number of orders, right? So you can simply drag it, you can drop it over here, you can apply the filter, and now you will get to see the proper values getting attached, right? So you are having your top 10 product names, which are with respect to the maximum number of orders. So water bottle is definitely having the maximum number of orders. Profit definitely we won't be getting maximum from the water bottle itself, but in terms of orders, the water bottle is providing us with the maximum number of orders, right? So one thing you can see over here that you are able to see the top 10 products, and even if I'm just enlarging this specific visual, you won't be able to see the rest of the products. And that is quite exciting about this information or this visual, right? So that's exactly how you can represent your matrix. And one more change I would like to keep over here, and that is I don't want to show this product name right now. Just because the information that I'm representing is at this point is the top and products, right? So you can simply go forward with the on object formatting itself. Just double click on this visual, right? And just choose that specific header, and you will be able to see that there is going to be an option for the column header itself, right? Or one more thing you can do over here itself, if I'm clicking, then on rows, you will be able to change the name as top 10 product, right? So that can also help you out to change the column header if you want to. And we can bring in some changes like the revenue. I can also keep it in a kind of complete uppercase format. You can simply choose it. You can simply convert it into a proper uppercase format. Similar to that for the orders, and similarly for the profit as well, right? So that's how exactly you can come across your top 10 product categories, and that would be all regarding the representation, right? So now in a proper way, you can represent that what all top 10 product categories are there, which is having the maximum number of orders attached to it. And this information is something in which the stakeholder or the executive might be interested in, so we can directly represent it via making the use of this matrix visual itself. So mostly we are done with our first dashboard, that is the executive dashboard. And we will be exploring some of the more visuals as well, but mostly with respect to our executive dashboard, we are done with it, right? So that would be all regarding the top and filtering technique, and we will be meeting in the next video with an assignment. So thank you. All right, guys, so let us move forward with our fourth assignment, and this will be regarding the tables. Right, so let us go forward with each and every single key objective. So as per the first key objective, we have to add a table to the customer detail report so that we can show the customer key, full name, total orders as orders itself. So that is going to be the name, and the total revenue as revenue. Right. So similar kind of approach you have to apply with respect to the customer detail report as well. Just like the first report itself, right? So with respect to our executive report that we had, just like that, you have to create a new table into your customer detail report, and a similar kind of approach you can have over here itself. And just because you have to add a table over here, so you'll get to see that you won't be able to see these columns option, you won't be able to see these values options, right? You can directly add the values into one specific, or you can directly add all of the columns into one specific space itself. And this is something we have talked about in our previous videos, right? So definitely you can explore it out. Then the second question or the second key objective is to use conditional formatting to add light gray data bars to the orders column and a white blue color scale to the revenue column. Right, so this is again something we have discussed in the previous videos in the case of conditional formatting. And then you have to add a visual level filter top end to show the 100 customers with the most orders, and add a chart title as top 100 customers, right? So the point is that in this specific scenario, you have to simply go forward with the specific value on the basis of which you are trying to sort out the values, or you are trying to look forward to the top end values is going to be the orders. So on the basis of this total orders column, you will be looking upon this answer that what all top and product categories you're having, or what all top and customers you're having, right? So what all top and customers you're having who are providing us the maximum number of orders. And then you have to simply sort the table descending by order. So this is again something you can do. You can directly click onto that column itself. And when you are trying to apply this top and filtering technique, you will be able to see the values getting sorted, right? So it won't be a difficult assignment. We have discussed about these solutions, or we have discussed about how we can solve out these objectives in our previous videos itself. So it won't be a bit difficult, and let us meet in the next video with the solution of these objectives, right? So that would be all regarding our fourth assignment, and let us meet in the next video with the solution of each and every single key objective. So thank you. All right, guys, so let us get started with the solution walkthrough of our fourth assignment. So the first key objective is to add a table to the customer detail report to show the customer key, full name, total orders as orders, and total revenue as revenue. Right. So you will be able to see that on the basis of customer key and the full name, it is just like a select star kind of operation, right? So in SQL, you might would have seen that you can simply go forward with this select customer key, comma, full name, comma, total orders. Right, so this is something we used to do when we are writing these SQL queries. Just like that, how you used to create a kind of table via making the use of the SQL query. In a similar way, if you are going forward with this table, you can directly get those values instead of writing a SQL query at the back end. Right. So that's how exactly we can go forward with it. So that's exactly how you can relate this solution with respect to your SQL query. So let us go forward with the solution of this first key objective. That is, we have to add a table to the customer detail report. So let us jump into our customer detail report itself, and now into this report. So we are having these. So first of all, one thing you can do over here, there is no point to show this specific uh, chart such large and large, right? And we need to maintain a kind of proper shape. Okay, and now over here itself, I can add my top 100 customers. So let me go forward with the insert option. In the insert option itself, you will get to see the table. Or one more thing I can do over here, just like the previous example, but just because in the previous example in the executive dashboard, we were not exactly working with a table, but we were working with an matrix, right? So that's why it would be a bit more easier if I'm just directly going forward with the table itself, and I'm not exactly copying the visual, just like the previous visual itself, right? Or if you want to, you can simply do it. Let me go forward with showing you that how you can copy the visual from here itself, and let me copy it and paste it into my customer lookup table, right? And now into this only I will be bringing in the changes. So whatever changes the or whatever requirement the assignment is having, we will be able to solve those assignments via making the use of this specific copied visual itself. So let me go forward with it. Let me bring in the changes. First of all, let us select it. After selecting it, let us go forward with this option. So now you will get to see that the matrix visual we have selected over here, right? But we are not exactly interested in the matrix visual at this point, but we are interested in a table visual. So that's how exactly I will be able to convert that matrix visual into a table visual itself. And now, as I was saying that now at this point, you won't be able to see the specific rows option, values option, and the column option. Only the columns option you will get to see. So at this point, what exactly I'm quite interested in is the customer key and the customer name, right? So let us add the data on that basis only. So customer key is going to be the first information in which I'm interested in. Okay, so yeah, here you are with the primary key of your customer lookup table. Then you can go forward with adding some more data, wherein the second information in which I'm quite interested in is the customer name, right? So in the customer lookup table itself, you will get to see a kind of full name kind of column, right? So full name we have already seen. So that is something we are going to drag it and drop it over here, right? And once we're done with this, let us see what exactly the rest of the columns they are asking us. So full name we are done, customer key we are done, total orders we need to show, and total revenue, right? Let us go forward with that as well. Let me add the data as the total orders. And then finally, I will be adding the data as the total revenue, right? Okay, and one more thing you have to do, that you need to change the name of these columns, right? So customer key seems fine, full name seems fine, but total orders you need to show as orders, and total revenue you need to show as revenue. So let me rename it. Let me double click over here and let me keep it as revenue itself. And total orders I want to show as orders itself. So let me go forward with that. And you can keep your customer key as completely in uppercase again. That is what I'm doing over here. And then you can simply represent your full name like this as well. All right. So now we are having this important information with respect to the customer key, full name, orders. We are able to see the revenue as well, right? Okay, so this is the information in which I'm quite interested in, but I won't be looking forward to the complete customer key or the complete customer details, but I'm only interested in the top 100 customers, right? So we will be looking upon that aspect as well, that how we can exactly bring in the changes. So let me go forward with looking upon my second key objective. So they are asking us to use conditional formatting to add a light gray data bar to the orders column, right? And a white blue color scale to the revenue column. So let me jump into my Power BI again. Let me go forward with double clicking onto this table visual. And after double clicking on it, we will get to see again the cell elements option, and this option will be helping us out with the conditional formatting. So now, with respect to the orders, they want us to bring in the changes, right? So let me go forward with the orders column, and I want to bring in the changes in a way wherein the light gray color, the light gray data bar should be attached to the orders column, right? So I can see that what exactly I'm interested in is the data bar, and how exactly this data bar should be seen in a more like dark gray color, right? So let me keep it as dark gray like that. So it's up to you if you want to keep it as lighter or if you want to keep it as darker. That is completely up to you. Let me go forward with the lighter one, right? As mostly we were going forward with this specific color in the rest of the visuals as well. Okay, and let us click on OK. And if I'm clicking on orders itself, and one more change I need to bring in over here, and that is if I'm going forward with the color scale with respect to the revenue column. So I need to keep it as white blue, right? So again, some changes I need to bring in. I need to go forward with my cell elements. And with respect to cell elements, I need to bring in changes into the revenue, right? So into the revenue column, I will be bringing in the changes with respect to the background color. So the background color should be shown in a way wherein the lighter one should be white and a darker one should be blue. So it's already being chosen like that, right? So you don't have to actually bring in any changes. Yeah, the lowest, you can simply keep it as white itself. It's not exactly white, and the darker one you can keep it as blue. Okay, this one seems fine, right? Or you can keep it as more lighter if you want to. Okay, let us go forward with this one, and let me click on OK. And now you will get to see a more better color, right? All right, and that would be the solution of the second key objective as well. And let us move forward with the third key objective, wherein they're asking us to add a visual level filter to show the top 100 customers with the most orders. And we have to add a chart title as top 100 customers. So now we need to add a title as well, right? Okay, so we can simply bring in the changes with in this specific way itself. So we have already seen that how we can come up with the top and filters or top and rows. Just for that, let me jump let me click over here onto the visual itself, and after clicking on the visual, you will get to see that there is a filters option, and with respect to the filters option, you can apply the filter onto this visual itself, right? So when I'm clicking over here, you will get to see that on what specific column I want to apply the filters. So I want to see the full name in a way wherein the full name should be shown as the top n number of full name, right? Okay. So let us go forward with the advanced. So customer key, with the customer key, if I'm applying the top n filter, you can only apply one top n filter. So maybe there is a specific column onto which the filtering is already being applied. Okay, so you can see, right? You can already see that there is a product name kind of column which is already having the filtering applied. And that's why we were able to see that issue over there, right? So these challenges you will be able to see whenever you are going forward with this approach of copying the visual into some another report. So that's why you always have to look upon that what all data points we are having, and if there is a specific data point onto which a filter is already being applied. So now there is no such data point, or there is no such column onto which a filter is already being applied. So let me now go forward with my top n customers, and I want to show the top 100 customers on the basis of the total orders. Let me drag it and drop it. Let me apply the filters. And now we are able to see the name, right? We are able to come up with the name. Okay, so Mr. Luke Lal is giving us the maximum number of. Okay, so some changes you have to bring it over here itself. So there are multiple customers who are giving us maximum number of orders, right? So you can see that Mr. Dalton is also giving us 26 orders in a similar way. Mrs. Haley as well is giving us 26 orders. So multiple names you can see. So it seems quite fine. So this seems quite fine information, and at this point you won't be able to see all of the customers, but you would only be able to see the top 100 customers, right? So with respect to the customer key, you won't be able to apply the filter, but with respect to the full name, we are able to see the top 100 customers on the basis of total orders. So we have applied the filter like that, right? So now what we exactly need to do is that we need to simply jump on to our next key objective, and that is to sort the table descending by the orders, right? So by descending, you mean to say that the top number of orders should be shown on the first row itself. And this is something we are having already, right? So we are already having this table which is representing the information for our top 100 customers. And with respect to our top, let me just keep it over here, right? Let me just drag it. And you can see the information wherein the information is being shown with respect to our top and top 100 customers. So this total value, you can also see that what all number of orders we are getting from our top 100 customers. In a similar way, what is the revenue we are generating, right, from our top 100 customers. And it is being properly sorted in a kind of des descending manner as well, right? Well, there was also one more objective that they were asking us, and that is we need to add a chart title. So let us go forward with that. Let me click onto this visual. After clicking on this visual, let us go forward with the formatting. So we need to add a title over here, and the title should be top 100 customers, right? Yeah. Let us add the text as top 100 customers. So heading, you can keep it as H3. Font seems quite fine, and I want to horizontally align it in the center itself, and the rest of the information seems quite fine, right? Font, you can keep it as Sego UI if you want to. Let us keep it like that. And now this seems quite fine, right? So now we are able to see our top 100 customers with on the basis of the orders, and we have having a proper descending data with respect to the orders column. Okay, let me just click it. Let me just click over here, and now we are able to have the proper information, right? So the names you can see on the screen, the top names which are having the maximum number of orders on their name, and this information you can directly represent to the manager itself, right? So we are done with our assignment. We are able to come up with the solution of each and every single key objective. And that would be all regarding the solution walkthrough of our fourth assignment. And let us meet in the next video with some more informative content. So thank you.